Peace, what it is, what it do, it's the word. Welcome to Watt Vision TV. Today we got a very special guest. This is one of my mentors, a very special brother, very wise brother, Justice Slappy. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Peace, man. How you doing?
I'm well, man. I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
That's peace. It's always good seeing you, man. Like when I say it's good seeing you, I might see you like somewhere. It could be anywhere, no matter where we at. We just start
Yeah,
talking. We get into our conversation, and it's very stimulating. You know what I'm saying? So very proud of you that uh you be dealing with the topics that you do be dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So
yes, sir.
very proud. And this with this whole podcast, this thing, everything that you're doing is very important and is very much needed. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, this is just another way to actually share these concepts, share these ideas to people that really need it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely, thank you. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you recognizing my efforts, and I appreciate you for everything you do. Justice got a garden in our city in Steubenville. It's a very like you got a lot of food and plants and medicine in there. And you how long have you been dealing with the garden for?
So this is our 15th year, and
Okay.
how it started. I'm gonna give you a real quick rundown for a lot of people don't know how it started. So in about 2001, uh, you know, I had a newsletter out. It was called it was Reality the Newsletter, and that was about
Okay.
2001. So what I did was I just did a whole bunch of research, and I would just sit there and just try to get. I would put it all into a newsletter, man, and I would just give it to the people. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could wait like every month. I found this out. I found this herb out. I was just finding different things uh that would help you know what I'm saying, people around me deal with this harsh reality that we was living in. So that was my whole thing was with reality, a newsletter to help people, to inspire people, to build people. So, you know, that was what one of my things was always planting seeds or jewels. So it came to about 2002, me and my uncle, his name is Leroy Slappy the third. He's no
Okay.
longer here, God bless his soul, but he was the one who planted seeds in my heart. And it was that seed which was understanding needs in today's youth. So it was a organization that we basically came together. A lot of brothers was just a part of that, and it was about how can we do something for these kids? How can we uplift our community? And that's where it started, as far as the understanding needs in today's youth. So then, you know, what happened was my uncle passed away in 2005. You know what I'm saying? And then what happened was that was one of the things that I can remember. It was really important to me. So I kept that in my heart, you know what I'm saying? So I said, you know, I could take this seed and I could do something with it, right? So what
Yeah.
happened was a brother named Dawood, brother Dawood comes to me about I want to say, you know, around that time we was together and we had basic circles with his brothers and sisters intelligentsia crew. And that was one of the, you know, it was a organization in the Steubenville area that basically dealt with African Heritage Festival, the African Heritage Festival. Uh, we had the Juneteenth. We was doing that. We was doing everything that we could to empower our community, uplift our community. And then it was at that one of the meetings. We had a meeting. That we was like, what we gonna do as far as with these youth? What can we do? And what direction do we want to get them and bring them to? So basically, there was a lady. Her name was Sister. Her name is Sister Mary. She came up with gardening. And it was like, man, gardening. This is '07. So '07, we started the gardening project, and we didn't have anybody out there. And I kind of at first thought it was like crazy, but at the same time, this is what I used to do when I was 5. My grandmother used to do this and take me to places, you know what I'm saying, and basically was in my backyard, you know what I'm saying, and she
Yeah.
basically, you know, taught me herbs. She taught me all the different things. Her name is Miss Swan. She died at 104 years old. So, you know, she had a lot of wisdom, and at 5, I was able to actually, you know, just you know, connect, you know what I'm saying, with Grams. So
Yeah.
what we did in '07, we started a lot. We got permission from the local the urban mission. Bruce Hitchcock was the person who was in charge at the time. They said you could use this lot. and we just went there, and it's been on ever since. And every year it was like, man, I just started learning, and it became a way of life, man. It was like, because it's reciprocity. Reciprocity is given towards something that you're not expecting anything in return. So every year that
Yeah.
we went out and we did what we did, we gave. It was about feeding people. It was about not just feeding people, but giving the people a place where they could actually go to and have some serenity. It was serenity in the hood. Like, you
Yeah.
could go to, like, this place or go to this place, but you may have to drive. But downtown, we wanted to have something that was beautiful, where we could feed people's mind, body, and spirit. So
Yeah.
that's the concept of the Unity Garden. It came out of, I want to say, the seed came from my uncle Leroy Slappy the third, God bless his soul. And then what happened
Yeah.
was we just took it, and the Unity project is on another level right now.
And it's still ongoing from all those years later.
Yeah,
Shout
yeah,
out
yeah.
Dawool, man. Dawool is Dawool took me to do a lot of stuff when I was a young man. As far as around that time too, I was a youngster around the time whenever you guys started the garden. I was probably like I was 18 in 2007. So, but I remember one time I was like 17. Dawool had took me to like this freestyle competition, like to rap, and he like took me to the store, like, "Huh, take this shirt, get you a fresh shirt, get you right." And then
Yes,
my first time ever performing ever in life was at the African American Heritage Fest.
yes.
So shout out Dawu for that, man. That's when I first learned how to rock the stage at, man, on
Yeah,
everything.
that was one of the biggest things, man. Like, during that time was like getting that stage ready for people who were new talent, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
giving them the opportunity to dance, giving them the opportunity to really just voice their expression, you know what I'm saying? And so, we look forward to that, you know what I'm saying? It was just an amazing thing. Now, I don't know if you remember our first conversation, at the African Heritage Festival, and I want to bring that up because it's powerful. Because where you are now, you understand. Like, we were sitting there, and I had to come up because you was about to put hands on somebody. I like, whoa! I
man, I
said,
was
whoa, whoa.
wild back then, man.
Yeah, I said, whoa, 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 whoa. You know what I'm saying? And not here. You know what I'm saying? And the best
Yeah,
part about that, we 10 years, and we never had to call the cops. You know what I'm saying? We
yeah,
policed our own event. It was real powerful. And it was so much respect, and that was because you brothers like yourself was like, you know what I'm saying? This is something we want to keep, and we want to honor that. And you pieced me up, and it was it. But then I meet
yeah,
you like 8, 9, 10 years later in a conversation about you, you know what I'm saying, doing your thing. And I was told, like, man, this brother, you know what I'm saying, is thinking, you know what I'm saying,
yeah,
it impressed me. And no, and I think we were talking, the dialogue was like, man, you keep thinking those thoughts. You dig what I'm saying? And,
yeah,
because I think they was coming at you, and I was like, man, you keep doing what you're
yeah,
doing. You know what I'm saying? But I
yeah.
remember that.
Cause man, some people when you've been one way for a long time, you get to change. People be like, man, what is, it's all right though. I don't be mad at people about that. It's just I
Nah, nah,
understand.
you know what it is? Put it like this. I always say it like this. What you're talking about and what you inform people. It may take some time for them to get it, but you
Yeah,
was doing what you was doing, and you was living the way you was living, and you send a message. Light travels. I always tell people light travels differently. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't think just because I said something today. Don't think if you said something to somebody today, they ain't getting it tomorrow or
yeah,
the next day. It's like planets, right? So it takes 8 minutes, 2 seconds for sunlight to hit the planet Earth. But Pluto's like 5 hours and 40 minutes. So some people might be in the Pluto state of mind. So it might take them longer. So don't just think that
yeah,
they ain't getting it. So what you did
yeah,
for your peoples, you're building with your people, you just showed them that, yo, you know what? There's other ways. We don't have to eat this. We don't have to do this. This is what it is. You dig what I'm saying? You just showed them the new style. That's it.
yeah, yeah. So let me ask you this about as a person. I know that you are conscious of what you eat. Do you struggle with diet sometimes from time to time,
Yeah.
or is that something that yeah,
So I still eat meat. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I
yeah,
still I still eat meat. I still eat fish. I still eat these things, but I'm balanced. You know what I'm saying? So there's a
Yeah,
time where,
yeah,
and I ain't gonna lie, it's something that I work towards. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like I'll do a fast. It might be 7 days.
yeah,
My longest was 80. Basically, I'll just sit there and I'll fast.
yeah,
And I'll get that. I'll purge the body. I'll get the body. I'll use the different herbs. Like there's herbs for, basically expelling, and then there's herbs for repairing. So you got to get all that gunk out your system, and
yeah,
then basically get your body ready to repair. So there's different things that you could use to actually do that. You know what I'm saying? Burdock being one for that liver, flushing that and getting that out. And then the other thing is your sea moss. You dig what I'm saying? I want y'all to see that.
yeah,
That sea moss. So that sea
yeah,
moss is real powerful, you know what I'm saying? Because it does a lot, you know what I'm saying? It's got 92 minerals, you know what I'm saying? It also helps with the absorption process. It helps with skin. You can put it on your skin, and it's natural, you know what I'm saying? And it
yeah,
was it, this everything is I learned, you know what I'm saying? I learned, and it was something that like uh it started with my mom's. My mom stopped eating pork like a long time ago, and I didn't want to stop. Either I was in high school, I
yeah,
was like, man, what you doing, mom? You mean you ain't making no, you know what I'm saying? What's up, mom?
yeah. And no
And she
bacon
just
and no
stopped. So
sausage.
yeah, so mom stopped, and I was like, man, this is crazy. So it was peace though, you know what I'm saying? And at that particular time, that's when I started really being conscious of my consumption, especially with I was, at that time I think I started getting into the 18, 19. I started, smoking weed. I started drinking, and I started doing a lot of stuff. And basically, I wasn't in my right mind because I had dealt with some trauma. You dig what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I had a childhood friend that passed. I witnessed, you know what I'm saying, die. So that kind of had left a stain in my head, and I was. It took me about 3 4 years to actually get it together. So during that time, I had to find different ways. So when I say diet, there's many different ways that you eat or things that you can diet from. Just dieting from, activities that cause you to go closer to destruction. You know what I'm saying? And there's,
yeah,
from cursing. We can detox from cursing. So it's more than just food. You dig what I'm saying? It's,
yeah,
it's a lot about.
yeah,
It's about, what I'm saying, being obedient to your what I'm saying, your I want to say your inner greatness. You dig what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's something
yeah,
that it takes time, but it's not like easy. And I'm not no I ain't no angel. I ain't like up over here telling you to, because some people were like, I ain't on that. I'm
yeah,
keeping it
yeah,
real. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
I go my food. You dig what I'm saying? And one big thing is, I'm gonna say this. In the past 15 years, we just basically created an ecosystem. An ecosystem is organisms within this system working together for one good common cause. That's the whole science of the ecosystem. Now,
yeah,
holistic ecology is the basically understanding that your environment and you are one. You understand what I'm saying? So when you understand that you are one with your environment, then you start to actually really being conscious and being mindful of the things that are coming in and out of your environment. You dig what I'm saying?
yeah,
So it's like,
yeah,
we wanted to create an environment. That's what I went actually during 2010. I graduated from the community college. I went there. I went and got my degree in psychology. And it was like what really intrigued me was environmental psychology. That's environments. Basically,
yeah,
we change the environment, and the environment changes us. That's how it works.
yeah,
So the thing is,
yeah,
like, people are right now creating this environment, and then what we're doing is adjusting and adapting to it. So what the Unity Project was more about creating an environment where people could build, people could have meaningful dialogue, meaningful conversation. So we could share these we could share these ideas and concepts, because it's the ideas and concepts that uh, allow us to escape our limited potentials and minds. You see, our mundane. You dig what I'm saying? So learning something new is very important. So the whole
yeah,
objective with this Unity Garden was, come down, we build, we plant seeds, but we dealing with metaphysics. What is metaphysics? Meta is beyond, and physical. So basically, everything. And when you're able to see the garden, and all the potentials and things that's going on inside that garden, and you can see it within yourself, and you can see that there's all one. You can learn from that bee. You understand what I'm saying? I can learn from the sunflower because the sunflower is strong, but at the same time, it's purifying the earth. It's purifying the earth and taking the toxins out. So sometimes you got to be like the sunflower. You understand?
Yeah,
Sometimes you got to be like the bee. That's synergy of your environment, which is basically what we teach, or that's one of our philosophy, that your environment and you are one. So it's called
yeah.
holistic ecology. You can research it, look it up.
And once you get the, if I could put my little 2 cents of how
Go
I
ahead.
take that, or what you're saying is like, you know what I'm saying? Once you understand that your environment and you are one, you are able to treat it much more with like love and respect, and you are able to receive the love and respect that the environment has. You know what I mean? Like as far as nature, you know what I mean? I'm like a nature freak, and I like trees. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And I know you know about trees and like their
Yeah.
importance and significance to us personally, like to people, you know what I mean? To the whole earth, but to people, like, and I don't think a lot of people like they don't really see like the value of trees, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you know what? You know why? Because we so I want to say we're so conditioned to actually saying deal with the hustle and bustle of life. That's all
Yeah,
we start hustling and bustling at 12, 11, 13, and you know what I'm saying? And it don't stop. You dig what I'm saying? So when
yeah,
we get into that conditioning, it is very dangerous. That's the other thing. So if I'm sitting here and I'm out here and I'm doing the stuff that I'm doing, I'm out here wilding, right?
right,
I'm in a constant state of fight or flight. So if I'm in a constant state of fight or flight, that means that my body is going to start releasing this hormone called cortisol. Cortisol is there to give you energy to actually help you get do the things that you need to do to get away, either fight or flight. So if a constant flow of that into the body is not good, it breaks the body down. There's a fast that we had to deal with, fasting from the hustle and bustle and get into what? Nature. Get into it. Create your environment. You know what I'm saying? So it could be. Put it like this: is your environment set up for you to win or lose? You understand
yeah,
what I'm saying? Like if your environment is set up for you, like if I go to sleep at night and I got all this crazy stuff going on, I'm not gonna get no sleep. So you gotta actually be this is be holistic ecology is being mindful of your environment. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like if I'm trying to think, if I'm trying to write, like when I go to the garden, I go for business. I go for if I'm daddy things like so if I'm going through something with who family, whatever it is, I go there so that I can get into my right state of mind so I can balance. Because I need to be because what we're doing, and I was talking to the brother Jules the other day about reaction. We react or respond. What do we want to do? You dig what I'm saying? We need to be able to respond intelligently in any situation, but we're so conditioned to react.
yeah.
You understand? Put and that's not good. So
That's
that's why.
not, man, because so many of us is in messed up positions in life from reacting.
Here's the thing. What we want to do is, and this is one of the things that we're working on, is uh, a digital uh, trauma center. You understand what I'm saying? Because one of the biggest things is trauma. A lot of what you see, a lot of uh, arguments, a lot of disturbances is coming from unresolved trauma. So basically, if I didn't resolve my trauma, I'm gonna carry it with me, and I'm gonna carry it out on whoever it is that comes my way. You understand what I'm saying? So that's it's demon time because it's like, yo, I ain't trying to hear this, that. So the thing is, being in a state of mind like that all the time is not good. It's not
Right,
conducive for growth. So what we have to do is take time to actually balance and get into the heart. Our frequency in the heart got to change. Our frequency is down, meaning, when I say green in the heart means green in the heart. I'll be able to plant a seed of love there. But if my defenses is up, how can I love somebody? Ain't no time. I ain't got time to love nobody if my defenses is up because I was traumatized. So what we have to do is find ways and methods to deal with the madness. You understand?
Yeah.
Because right now it's like, we mad. And what make me upset? I love coming into grassroots situations like this. This is like I ain't gonna say any names, but other broadcasts, you have a population there laughing at what we're going through. You understand what
Yeah.
I'm saying? They over here
Yeah.
laughing. It ain't funny. You dig? So the
Yeah.
thing is that I like to stay away from that type of stuff because the more hecklers and the more you understand, it takes away from what you're trying to say. So I still tend to stay away. I'd rather deal with someone like yourself and deal with, really dropping it. You know what I'm saying? And for people who really care, really appreciate what we said. Like, meaningful dialogue. That's what we having right now is a
Yeah.
meaningful dialogue.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So I mean, go ahead, talk to me. I'm in flow state with my on my tea. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
Yeah. So to get back to the CMOS because I really wanted to
okay.
touch on that. You had gave me a big old bag. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah,
I only got
yeah,
to use about half of it because I stay on the go and I be moving along and all this crazy stuff. And it's
yeah.
somewhere in the refrigerator somewhere. It's probably bad now, but I was using it when I was there and I was using it in my smoothies. Like I was just putting it in my smoothies when I make them in the morning. Definitely, like I could see the little glow because I was going through something when I got that and I sent you. You see how the universe works.
Yes.
Like when I ran into you, I was going through something. You know what I'm saying? I was trying my hardest not to put that off onto you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm one of them type of people. I ain't gonna try to put my problems onto the
Let me
world.
say this. I seen that you was going through something. You dig what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like you didn't have a happy face. You was in that fight or flight. I seen fight or flight on you. Dig what I'm saying? And
yeah,
because of that, that's why I gave you that gift. You dig what I'm saying?
yeah,
I wanted to give you something that like I felt bad. Like I ain't gotta have a conversation with you to understand what your vibe was dealing with like that. At that
yeah,
time,
yeah,
here, take this with you. Bam. You dig what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? You do what you need to do with it. But it was something. That's what I do a lot. You can ask people. I'm always giving out herbs. Like
yeah,
if you can't afford stuff, I mean, I ain't trying to get taken advantage of, but at the same time, like if you can't afford, something, and you going through something, man, I'm just here. Take this. You dig what I'm saying? How many
yeah,
people got these free bags? You dig what I'm saying? How many people got these? You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? How many people, did I give this stuff to? You dig? So
yeah,
my thing with me is I like to what I do personally. And when I say it, I say it like this: it feels good to do something for my community. When I go to another city, the first thing I do is ask. I go to the herb spot. When I go to the herbalist, I go to the garden, and then what I do is what y'all do, how y'all healing people out here? What y'all doing? What's y'all process? What's y'all what are y'all focus on? You know what I'm saying? Because I like to deal with solution focus. You know what I'm saying? Full of focus
yeah,
on solution. So and then they'd be like, "This is what we using," and then I'll grab all that I can and bring it back home, and then I'm either giving it out or selling it. You dig what I'm saying? So
yeah.
it's always
Even
been like,
doing that, bro, people don't realize that's of so much value. Like you don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do though, because that's what you came here to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do. But
yeah,
I see the value. I'm gonna let you know I appreciate anything you ever gave me. I've used it and appreciated it. I've been trying to send my dad your way because he's been sick. I've been telling him like, man, if you don't call this man and ask him what you need to do because I don't know. That's the only thing I can tell somebody is like I don't my hands be tied when people get to talking about hospitals and stuff. Not knocking that system that the Western medicine because I think some some things I guess it does save and it's needed and necessary in some areas, but I don't really feel comfortable recommending people like, yeah, just go to the doctor and see what they say. You know what I
so
mean? So I
so
mean
so
no
what happens? It's like this. I'm not no savior. I ain't no healer. I don't profess to be a healer. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? You have to tap into the healer within. You're the healer.
yeah,
So my thing
yeah,
is, all I'm doing is providing you with herbs or providing you with certain things and formulas that they've been using for years. So the thing is, it's really about your body. Your body is the one who makes the decision whether this is good for me or not good for me. You understand? That's why I always tell
yeah,
people, if you're taking something, be careful. Just ease into it. You dig what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
everybody don't got the same formula. It's not like that. You know what I'm saying? So for me to sit there and
yeah,
say, take this is going to No, I don't know how your body's made. I don't know. I don't understand. Like you, I don't know how how you are built to actually respond to this medicine or whatever to these plants. You dig? But that's something you, as the healer, is to actually do your research, do your due diligence, and study. And
Yeah,
I'm giving this to you. And now you take this moss, like perfect example. So I got one right now. This is three. These are three different sea mosses. A lot of people, like, what I'm saying, like, they don't understand that there's so many different varieties. So what happens is one here, this one right here is very expensive, right? You know why? Because this is wild harvested. It grows on the rocks underneath the sea. So what happens is this here is very expensive. You might look at, I mean, the prices is crazy on this because it's wild harvested. Like, it's not
yeah. I mean, it's
growing
like
on a rope. You see? So now
it's
now
really
that
in the
costs.
sea. Somebody going down there to get that, like,
Yeah, they got it. You got it.
yeah,
You like literally got to go and get this off the rock. So this is
yeah.
called Condus crispus. Condus crispus
Okay,
is the most, I want to say, the most expensive type of sea moss, but this is purple, and you can see it's like little thin. There's no pores on this one, right? No, like, it's no pores on it because it's not porous, so it doesn't swell up. So I'm not, from my own research, they tell me this type of sea moss is cool because it grows at the bottom, but this sea moss right here, which is from Jamaica, which is another one, is basically a purple sea moss. It grows on the top. So because it grows on the top, they say that the plants that are growing at that sunlight are a little bit more nutritious. This is Gracilia. So this is Gracilia, purple Gracilia. So purple Gracilia is good, cheaper because it grows on a rope, right? And when I say it grows on a rope, I'm not, everybody be like, man, I don't want no farm raised. Well, just like a watermelon grows on the farm, right? And it has
yeah,
seeds in it. But the thing is, do I go get a wild harvested wild watermelon? I go out into the forest and go try to find a watermelon growing naturally somewhere. I could do that, but the thing is, it's like, what is this? How is my body is the deciding factor of what this is going to do for me? Whether it's growing
yeah.
here or whether it's growing here, the main objective is growing is it growing in polluted waters, or is it growing in waters that are pure? And so
Right,
we get our sea moss from a pure place. It's wild, crafted, meaning craft, meaning a man or a woman basically is a part of their craft, and they do this for a living. You understand what I'm saying? So I collect moss. I study moss. I study it just like I study plants what I'm saying, at the garden. But I got a sale also on the Purple Moss, slapthehealth.com. I got basically I call it Trinity Purple Sea Moss. Trinity meaning the three, and these are the combination of three. One is basically growing in the Caribbean, one is growing in the Jamaican waters, one is growing in St. Lucia waters. One is just a different species than the other species. That's the science of that. But like I said, slapthehealth.com. You can look at it. I got the sales 25% off, I believe. Yeah, that's basically 40 goes to 30, I believe, something like that, around that. But $30, it's good stuff and it's good quality. I'm not trying to sit here and profess that I'm this guru or understand know this stuff about like CMOS or anything. Y'all do your own research, but from my understanding, I love it. Me and my wife, we've been dealing with it for about 2-3 years, and it was like that was one of the things. Before we bring this back, I want to be able to actually use it to see if it works. So when we start using it, it's like, dang, this is crazy, man. This and I ain't trying to. It really did stuff for us. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, and then my
yeah,
wife, she started using it on my face. I'm like, yo, this is great. So we said we're gonna buy it and bring it back. Why not? It's a demand for it. You understand what I'm saying? Might as well bring it back, sell it, boom.
yeah,
That's a C moment.
yeah. Definitely tap in, slapthehealth.com. Y'all better make sure y'all go over there, check out. He got probably a whole bunch of dope other stuff over there too.
Slap the health
Besides
with a two. Yep, slap the
Slap
health
the
with a
Health
two.
with it too.
Yes.
Yeah, y'all tap in for sure. Now I want to ask you this because we were just talking about when we were talking about the diet and we talking about the basically things you consume and how you brought it to how it's not just food. Okay, and this is something I like to touch on a lot about like consuming like how do I want to say, like entertainment, TV, like things outside of like there's a lot of stuff outside of self, you know what I mean? And how important do you feel or how critical it is to somebody's, I don't, what do I want to say, growth
Well,
or
I'm gonna tell you how.
situation?
Okay, if you don't control your environment gonna control you. You understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So the thing is, basically, it's really about. I'm completely. Once I started really getting into understanding who I was, and I got a knowledge of self, I started to actually see that I did have control of reality. Man, I told you in 2001, I began to understand, like, I began to understand the reality that I was able to actually uh, uh, collapse reality, meaning I was able to actually manipulate reality. I was able to do certain things. What reality wasn't controlling me. My environment wasn't controlling me, and I started turning. I was like, dang, we all have this innate power to be able to actually, you know what I'm saying, control or set our environment up so we can win. So the Unity
yeah,
Garden was a garden. This garden is an environment set up for us to win. You understand? So the thing is, if you at the age of 20 is if there's something that is very important at the age of 20, we have to have a understanding of our diet. You understand? And I say that's our intake. What our body is good, what's good for our body, and what's bad for our body at age 20. Because the first 20 years is a gift, the next is on you. You understand what I'm saying? So when you're 22, 23, and you out here and you still doing the same thing you're doing, you got kidney disease, then you know you died was, you know what I'm saying? You had something that's got to be corrected. So the thing is really understanding, like, okay, if alcohol is one of the things that's causing me to do certain things, then I know that I have to change my environment and not be in situations or be around people who are inviting that. You understand? I gotta love myself. It's called self-love. You understand what I'm
yeah,
saying? You got to be able to be balanced. My daughter has a podcast. It's beautiful. It's really dealing with a lot of the stuff that I'm talking about. The stuff that when she was growing up, she was reading the books and different things, and now she got her degree in sociology, and her objective is to actually deal with that side as far as like helping people synergize better. Sociology is the connection of bringing people, you know what I'm saying, together. So she got several podcasts that are really good. Divinely Luna podcast, you'll see that. She's also part of Artists United, which is on another level. I'll talk about that later. But you know, introducing things like that into your mindset is important. Like, what are you feeding your spirit? What are you feeding your
yeah.
mind? Like, what did you read today, and what did you pick up that's making you uh uh lean towards self-preservation instead of I want to say destroying. Like, you understand, you either want to live
Yeah,
or die. You understand what I'm saying? So
yeah,
don't sit there and spend the rest of your life trying to die, wanting to die. And that's the trauma. Like I said, we as a people, we definitely got to actually when I say we got to actually uh we have to evolve. We have to start having meaningful dialogues, and we have, like this, we need to conversate, because it's these type of conversations, this type of energy
yeah,
exchange that is life changing. And we say this too. What can you and your brother that you build with, you out here, y'all breaking bread together, what can y'all do to positively affect the next 7 generations?
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what I mean is, like, what could I do for this next? I mean, I buy a farm. You understand what I'm saying? But this is the type of stuff that these are meaningful conversations that we got to have amongst each other. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, and think about, if we start building like that, we start to actually success favors the prepared mind. So we have to prepare our youth to be able to actually deal with this new economy, this new world,
yeah,
which is crypto, which is the blockchain, which that technology. You know what I'm saying? And I think Keys, shout out to Keys and 19 Keys, shout out to Yaki, them brothers right there, really putting it down when it comes to medicine, herbal medicine, and just the change and exchanging of having a meaningful dialogue. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, you
No,
gotta
you
help me
good.
out because
No, you good.
I'm
You
all over the
cool.
place.
That's why I brought you here, man. I'm already knowing like it's cool, bro. Let it flow. That's what it is. That's what it is. But like you said, I like to have these type of conversations. These ain't the type of convos I get to have on a regular basis. I'm not gonna say unfortunately. It's just that's where the point I'm in my life. I do have these conversations often, but not as often as I would like to. So this is always a pleasure for me. Um, what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, when you were just speaking about the crypto and the NFT space. So how did you get involved in the crypto space?
It was a brother. First it was a Don Carney, brother Don Carney. He approached me when I was it was like Christmas or something like that. I never forget. He said, you know, you got to get into this, man. And this had to be about 2017, 18. He was like, yo, you got to get into this. I didn't
Oh
understand
my
anything.
my dog brother Don. You talking about brother Don, right?
Don Carney.
Okay.
No, you probably don't know him.
All right.
But he's a brother. He's a brother I grew up with. That's the first one. I didn't get it at that particular time, but then he was telling me you need to get into this. He was talking. I was like, man, that's just too much. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
wasn't able to understand that. So then it was a brother named Steele, Gary Steele. He had approached me, and well, he called me, and it was coincidence. I deal with coincidence, synchronicities. So you know, at that particular time, I had my money, incense popping off, and it was like, bam, he called me. He was like, yo, this is what's up. And so at that point, I started really doing the knowledge and research. And as I started researching, you know, Gary, what he was telling me, he helped me understand it on another level. And it was on improper. So I started really just, you know, just doing the knowledge, man. And shoot, I started understanding what's blockchain. What is a blockchain? What is that? That is bits of information. I started to really
Yeah.
think like, dang, this is stuff I've been doing for the last 15 years because it's metaphysics. Meta means
Yeah.
metaspace, metaphysics, right? So as I've been doing this, you know what I'm saying? So I started like really understanding it a lot better because of the garden. It all goes back to the garden. There would be no slap to help. My mom wouldn't be doing anything like far as what she does. She has her own business where she has everything that I have, she has in pill form. She makes her own pills and this, that. She's the herbalist. She does all this, like, and it all came out of the garden. So as we sat
Yeah.
there and we started really, you know, the garden grew us into wanting to uh deal more with the natural side. You know what I'm saying? Getting in tune and touching into nature. So you know that's basically how everything is it's crazy how everything just centers around that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's why I said, like, I feel like a lot of people think like it's crazy, as far as how when I go to the garden to talk about crypto. I go to the
Yeah.
garden to learn crypto. You understand what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
that's how deep it is. The garden is nothing with like everything that's in that garden is a lesson. You dig what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So therefore I go there to learn. And not only that, I think you got to have a state of mind to be able to conceive a lot of the stuff that you try these concepts. But again,
Yeah.
blockchain, let's just really do it. Blockchain is what? It's just blocks of information. You're a block
Yeah.
of information. Right now, this is your content. This is information that basically you can monetize. When I monetize, that means you can gain something from it. Right now,
Yeah.
you got Facebook. Facebook is cool, right? And I think Keys was talking about it. I think it today. He was, I think I sent you that. He was talking about what's that? Fans only. Well, at least
Yeah.
OnlyFans, at least all their funds are going straight to them. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like how many times somebody visited your Facebook? How much this information that we're talking about right now? This is valuable. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So therefore, you have to monetize these things. Your
Yeah.
station. Like I want to turn this into an NFT. So when you send me a copy of this, we're gonna turn it into the pod. We're gonna put it as a podcast, and we're gonna put it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put you into the digital space so that you can understand. You do your thing. So that's what it's all
Yeah.
about with the crypto, man. It's really about you know, being able to be your own ecosystem. That's the thing. You want to create an ecosystem for the next 7 generations, like to the
Yeah.
point where this is my grandbaby. This is the NFT. If you go to OpenSeas right now, you'll see this is her line. This is her brand. Find
Yeah.
your freedom and run. So that with that came about because she was 5 months and she sat there and diddled on her mom's iPad, and there was a little man. If you see it, the little man is right there, right there. Find it right
Yeah.
there. Find it. So
Yeah.
basically, like, hey, look at that. There's a little man there. Bam, we minted that bad boy, made it a T-shirt, and find your freedom and run became her brand. She owns her
Yeah.
own website, crypto. It's Luna's world dot crypto. That's hers forever. She's on the blockchain. That's her. That's her. That's her. That's her. That's her stuff. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I sit there and I teach everybody around me what I got. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
if it's herbs, if it's just the years that I was dealing with my trauma and how I dealt with it, it's just a lot of different things. And let me say this: the Creator has blessed me with so much, and I mean, and I feel like one of the biggest things that I learned was reciprocity. That what I get, this information that I get is not mine. It doesn't belong to me. I have to
Yeah.
give it to someone who is this is meaningful. This is something this is gonna be saving somebody's lives, right? So
Yeah.
now this is the thing though. Now we have created the ecosystem. The ecosystem is the Unity One ecosystem. So now we're growing, we're making this digital. What's that mean is that all the stuff that's in the real world out here, like that we don't have, we're going to make a digital version of it. And then when we're capable of creating it in real life, then we do that. So
Yeah.
that's all it is manifesting. You dig what I'm saying? Manifesting things that we need. So with this, what we need a trauma center. So we're gonna do a virtual trauma center, and we're gonna basically, you know what I'm saying? This is a space for people who are dealing with trauma, and you can actually, and I have the spaces created. You can, I'll send you the link on those. The art gallery is set up and ready. You know what I'm saying? And there's a couple spaces that you can go to right now and basically be there, interact with the inner NFTs that are in that space, listen to the music. You understand what I'm saying? And help you deal with your trauma. You understand? So
Yeah.
everything that we dealing with as far as NFTs, we want NFTs that's called meaningful. I deal with what is called conceptualized art. So no matter what, the art, the concept behind the art is more important than the art display. You understand what I'm saying? It's the information because that's all we are is information and energy.
Yeah.
That's it. Energy and information.
Yeah.
So getting the right information allows one to grow beyond their perimeter, their their
Yeah.
their normal norm. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why how important is it to actually sit there and to like let's perfect example like the bee. You know what I'm saying? The bee is a powerful bee. What did I learn? What I learned from the bee is that taking it back to ancient Kemet. You know what I'm saying? Very good book. You dig what I'm saying? This is a little old, you know what I'm saying? But basically taking it back, the ancient Kemet, you know what I'm saying? They looked at the bee as sacred. They looked at the bee as a form of leadership. What is the bee doing? He's making honey. He's turning it into gold. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So each one of those I want to say are principles. Each one of those are concepts, and they are basically aspects of ourselves. So we are to be, we are all the different things that you see on the walls, if you see around us, those are
Yeah.
aspects of ourselves. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So once
Yeah.
you can, then
Yeah.
that's back to holistic ecology because holistic
Yeah.
ecology is what one when the environment and you are one. So when you in the
Yeah.
environment of one, I'm the bee, I'm the bird, I'm everything. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And when
I
I can
think
when I can when I can see myself in everything, you become one.
that's when you become lit, bro. And I saw like okay, two song lyrics. I know you know this one. This is Lauren Hill, I'm believing. Yeah, the Fugees answer.
Go ahead.
She said, "Everything is everything," and that's just a simple. It's such a simple line, right? It's only what everything is everything. That's 3 words. It's a three
Yeah,
word line, but that is so powerful and so deep,
yeah,
and like if you're a person that thinks like on the conscious level that I think on, and you know, it's like that is so. It's like so. Yeah, everything is. I know what she means by that. Like I am the trees, I am the grass, I am everything. And
Yeah.
another one. It's my boy YMW Melly, and he's like a newer artist, but he said on one of the songs he said, "I am you and you are me until the very end." And that just that line to me, I know a lot of people didn't take it like I took it, but it's so special to me because I know what he's saying in there, and it's just like because often you know as people we judge each other, we hate all the time. Not all of us we judge each other, we hate each other and all that. But at the end of
Yeah.
the day, we all is one. Like you know what I mean. We all the earth is an organism. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
So for me to bring destruction to you as my like for me to harm you I'm harming myself, you know what I mean? And I guess I'm just harming the overall piece of the planet and like that's not cool, you know what I'm saying? It takes a lot. Some people go lifetimes. Let's not say lifetimes, this might be too deep for a lot of people, but some people go lifetimes without figuring this out, like many lifetimes without figuring this out. So I feel
Yeah.
blessed to just and I'm not gonna say I'm perfect at it because I'm far from perfect and I'm far from all of that, but I'm I'm aware
Yes.
and I know that and these are things that allow me to, you know, move through life more gracefully sometimes. Like I might have a problem with somebody and want to handle it the old way I used to handle things, but then I'm able to know that this is my brother that I'm
Yeah.
mad at. No matter what, how much I'm mad at him and how much this is my brother, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I take that deeper, like you said, to I think this is why life is good to me. You know what I'm saying? This is what I like to believe. I believe life is good to me. It has become treating me better when I started thinking like the fish, the bird, like having some type of caring for what I do to their environment, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Or to them. Like
Yes.
having some type of caring about what I do, how my actions is affecting the grass or something
Yeah.
like that. The
A
thing that
connection,
I ever
a connection to nature.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
it. When you feel good, when you connect with nature, it's because nature has a frequency, and
yeah,
and it's a frequency that is a part of you. You know, each one of us has a natural side. You know, we have a natural side. You know, an organic side, and then we have our a manufactured side. So the thing is, you know, we have to actually. I'm not saying that we need to stay away from, and I can go into a lot of different things, but we had to get back into it's basically right hemisphere thinking. I want to say right hemisphere because left hemisphere, right hemisphere, you know, one is for separation and one is for basically connection. So right hemisphere type of learning is nature, natural, going out inside nature, dealing with different I want to say programs, dealing with different things that are right right hemisphere focused. And I say, and this is all coming from a book by my mentor Net. I think it's chapter 2. It talks about the hemisphere of the brains, which is very powerful. And it just talks about how we we as African, how we thought our thought process, and they used the Bantu tribe in Africa, and they were one who they weren't predominantly right, but they were balanced, and that's the key is being balanced. And then you had those who conquered, and you can see all the way up to this day that people who separated and wanted to be separate, those people were predominantly left hemisphere. You understand what I'm saying? So getting back into our right state of mind, what was grandma thinking about at the fire? You know what I'm saying? 100 years ago, you dig what I'm saying? What was we thinking about? What we was thinking about was the next generation. You understand? When we came across this bridge, or some people believe that we were here. But when we came across this body of water and we came across this, you know what I'm saying, there were certain uh, elders or ancestors that they would carry the seeds in Africa in their braids. So when they got here, they could plant it for the next generation. That's how we thought. We thought it was deeper than ourselves. It was how far. What can we do to positively affect the next 7 generations? And that's real dialogue. Like, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like, you know, what business are you creating? What businesses are we building, what schools said. Like that's the other thing about this ecosystem. The Unity One ecosystem is, like I said, it's a digital ecosystem that all the stuff that's missing from this ecosystem, this world, we just creating a digital version of it. So if you wanted to be on, like my daughter, she deals with the psychology, the social work, she's dealing with that. Well, then that's her thing. Well, her NFTs and all the different things, that that's where she'll be at. So my thing is, think about this. And again, what is an ecosystem? Ecosystem is organisms working together for one common cause. That's the Unity Project. So all we're doing is implementing or basically digitalizing the concepts in the last 20 years, that all the stuff that I've learned, we just turning them into NFTs. Like, metaphysics of light was something that I learned in a lot of my books. And I put that into a form of NFT. It's a concept. But once you get it, you understand light. You understand light physics. You understand how light moves. You understand that you are light and love. You understand what I'm saying? So these are teachings that are ancient, that is not coming from me, the person, but it's coming from me, the connected part, our portion.
Yeah,
You understand what I'm saying? To me, the
yeah,
connected part is my DNA. My DNA, my is basically speaking through me in the form of experiences that I may have on a daily. You dig what I'm saying? And it's just, you have to be able to recognize it and be mindful of it. Once you get to the point of understanding and recognizing yourself and other uh people, like what you was talking about, the highest degree of love is to see yourself in another person, because you love yourself. So if you see yourself in another person, you're gonna love yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna love
bro. And I
that aspect.
promise. And is that okay? This is where I be. No, it's a gift. I didn't. Sometimes only time I used to feel like it was a curse is when I was probably like knee deep in the hood, right? And I would think it was a curse that because I always say that like the highest like is understanding basically, which is the same thing I think that you're saying because me understanding you is me being able me is me putting myself in your shoes. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah,
do that a lot.
understanding is more important than knowledge on
Yeah,
many different levels. Let me tell you why. First of all, understanding is the best part. You know what I'm saying? That's the you know what I'm saying. So it's a lot that it represents and symbolizes. But understanding, like I can have a whole bunch of information and knowledge, but if I don't understand that knowledge, it's not going anywhere. You understand what I'm
yeah,
saying? And also you got to be able to use it. Now, let's go. Let's break this down. It's biblical. Lean not on your own understanding. These are, like I said, everything is here to teach us and educate us. So lean not on your own understanding is this. It's real simple. I use this to deal with dialogues. I use this during the African Heritage Festival. I use this with you. And what it was is basically receive, embrace, and transform. That's the formula for a healthy dialogue, communication. So first and foremost, if I roll up to, let's just say there's a drunken man on the corner, right? And so, no, let's use. I'm gonna use this because I want people to understand and grasp this formula, how important it is. And they can use this in their day to day. Stephen Covey, seven habits of highly effective people. Very good book. In this book, there's a mom on the train, and the mom kids is running around, right? And mom is just in a daze. And so all this is going on, and the dude is there judging the whole situation. Is like, can't you get a hold of your kids? Like screaming, you know what I'm saying? Upset. And then it turns out she said, I'm sorry, sir. Their dad died last night. And I'm trying to find a way to tell them that. And it changed the whole picture. So not leaning not
yeah,
on your own understanding. This means that don't judge this book by the cover. You don't see it. You got to do the knowledge. Look, listen, and
yeah,
observe. So when you observe, and that's what I did when I was talking to you, I just said, let me observe you. So let me see, I ain't gonna come and judge anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna speak to the God in you. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna speak to the highest potential, highest part. Because if you speak to the devil into somebody, the devil gonna respond. You understand what I'm saying? So I said, I'm gonna speak to the higher part of you, and I'm gonna talk to you, and I'm gonna first listen to where your language listening to you, observing you, and then I'm gonna embrace, meaning find something similar in my experience, and then I'm gonna use my intuitive, which comes from doing the knowledge. Bam! It comes to you like a, I want to say like a breath of fresh air. Bam! That's the clue, or that's the, I want to say the solution to majority of the speaking engagements that I may have when I engage with you. Doom, and I'm talking to you and building with you. You dig what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I want you to be better than you was when you left. Then I want you to be better than you was. You
Yeah.
understand?
When
Before
we
I
first
came
started.
in. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I want you to be, and that's everybody that I talk to. Like I want to
Yeah.
leave you feeling good, not bad. I want to leave you feeling empowered. You understand what I'm saying? So receive, embrace is receive, embrace, and transform is what Christ did. So you understand, like Christ, his concepts, there's the things that he did that you can literally sit here and take and you use on a daily, and it becomes a way of life, and you can actually get good results. So what I'm saying is receive, embrace, and transform. You understand? You can use that to solve many issues with other people. Don't judge people, man. Practice.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm at the garden and practicing non-judgment. Now, a couple weeks ago, this guy comes to the garden. No, a couple months ago, guy comes to the garden, right? And I'm practicing my non-judgment. I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? He comes and he starts, telling me about a lot of stuff. The dude almost he pretty much went viral on the thing. You know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah.
and then somebody texted me and said, he's this, he's that, and I was like, oh, well, at the time that, and I appreciate both aspects because the person was reaching out, making sure I was good, and that's what we're supposed to do. You understand what I'm saying? The second thing was that person wasn't acting like that when, you know what I'm saying, when we was dialoguing. So I got to take that interaction, I got to take that understanding, you understand, and lean on that. That was from what I gathered. You understand? But at the same time, there's being wise at my decision of doing that as well too. Like you got to be able to discern the spirits or discern
Yeah.
the energy. You understand? Be
Yeah.
able to understand that and
Yeah.
being able to react because everything is a chemistry set, right? When I say chemistry, when you step into the room, it's like this. What am I making? Am I making silver or am I making gold? You understand
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I'm making gold. I'm making gold just like the bee. The bee's making honey. I'm busy making my nectar. I'm making my things. And so when I go into a room, that's one of my focuses to actually be able to have a dialogue, to be able to structure an environment mentally so that we can be able to grow and develop. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Hey, we gotta have you gotta come back
Yeah, yeah,
again.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And you
Yeah.
know what?
We gotta.
I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? But this is what we're gonna do though. I want. We're gonna start all these things. We're gonna have these meaningful dialogues. I got 51 NFTs. I'm giving you one of them. You know what I'm saying? I got
Yeah.
these are exclusive, and these NFTs was produced by Silent Stepchild. You know what I'm saying? Beats and everything. And so what it is it basically it doubles as a it doubles as a membership. You understand what I'm saying? So everybody got that 51. You ain't only it's only 51 of them. So everybody gonna get them. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm giving you one, and then basically you'll be able to actually enter into Eden. Eden is when we have these dialogues. Eden is a place where we're dealing with, you know what I'm saying, a lot of dialogue, and we want to have those. We want workshops. You understand what I'm saying? And then, like I said, Eden is once you got the 51, you don't have to pay for nothing. You understand? It's free. But so the only thing is, what I'm saying is we got to start dealing with monetizing. This is what Keith was talking about this morning is because everything is going up. Price of living is going up. We got to find different hustles. We got to find
Yeah.
different ways of streams of income. You understand what I'm saying? So why not use your intellectual property as assets? Turn them into assets. That's books. Write a
Yeah.
book, draw. I don't care. Make pies. I don't care, but you can do all that. And this is how we doing in our ecosystem. If you're a part of my ecosystem or this our ecosystem, then what happens is this. You drop a project, we all support it. That's
Yeah,
it. You know what I'm saying? So when I drop a product, we support. So we're actually empowering each other and
each
keeping
other.
our assets in our community, and we're building it.
Yeah,
You understand what I'm saying?
that's
So that's the
that's one
side to
thing
that. And if you go ahead,
I wanted to touch on that about the about the cryptocurrency. I forgot. Um,
what's up?
about how okay now I'm just tell you this is my view when I view a cryptocurrency like when I view a coin, right? Say let's
Yeah,
just say Bitcoin. This is okay, I just want to say about I know you know now everything has been like decreasing in value for
oh
pretty
yeah,
much,
yeah,
but
yeah,
like, now, I don't really worry about that stuff. That's and this is why I don't worry about that because in my mind, my objective whenever at first it wasn't like this, but now it is. When I see a thing like Bitcoin, okay, so my objective is to get a whole Bitcoin. So what by the price dropping, that doesn't seem bad to me. That seems like a more a opportunity for me to easier for me to get a whole Bitcoin.
yeah,
Because I mean,
yeah,
for the long run, like I don't think it's going to ever go away. So I'm
yeah.
not worried
Listen,
about it fluctuating down and up.
let me say this that um first of what like with this ecosystem, first and foremost, like I mean I know that there's value in the crypto. I understand that. But the technology is basically what I'm attracted to when it comes to the ecosystem because you can actually move concepts in the form of images to people and places, and meaning like we can have a dialogue without you even leaving your house. So education becomes a lot more accessible. You understand what I'm saying? We can actually do a lot more teaching and educating, and it's really about information. The more information you know, the bigger you grow. You understand what I'm saying? So if I know I was like I said, I keep going to that podcast that what they was talking about this morning. It was talking about the snake, and Yaki was talking about the snake, and he was saying that your snake, the snake only grows based off of the environment. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is, we can't we got to expose ourselves to actually understand and learn these concepts uh, 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 about our environment so that we can actually uh, grow outside or beyond that cage that we're normally I want to say used to. You understand? Or
Yeah,
that tank. We tank thinkers. We can't be tank thinkers now. We gotta be infinite thinkers. We gotta be on another level. When I say that frequency and our heart has to change, it's an important reason because the heart frequency is basically the eyes of the spirit. Spirit. You understand what I'm saying? So when we looking and seeing things, we gotta look with the heart. How can we look with the heart when I ain't got no love? I got malice and I'm upset and I'm traumatized. You know what I'm saying? So we have
yeah,
to figure out different ways of of upping the heart frequency. And that's what I say, green in the heart, green in the hood.
yeah.
You dig what
I
I'm
like to
saying?
call it your. I like to call it your spiritual bank balance.
Yes,
Something I
yes.
used to always talk about to people. I tell people all the time I'm rich. When anybody asks me my situation, I always say I'm rich. And to be clear, I'm not financially like balling out of control or nothing. But my my wealth is based upon an equation of the things I need and the and my ability to always have those things. That's that right there is me being rich to me. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a bunch of out. Like I got stuff. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what I judge my wealth off of, and it's not a dollar amount. It's me knowing that I am built to be like what do I want to say? Calm and neutral in situations where people would be losing their mind. Like, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah. So this is good, what I'm saying, as far as that's important thought process. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, but this is a you recognize how to grow. You recognize what's good for you. You recognize that and this is something that you got to continually do. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
having an open mind and and the ability to learn. You know what I'm saying? I say big thing too far as like with this crypto, because I know you was talking about that. Everything is down, and what wealth is. Wealth, health is wealth. One first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? Because if you ain't healthy, then you know what? Bam. You know what? How am I gonna spend this cash, right?
yeah,
So
yeah. How
you know,
you even gonna enjoy it?
like to me, I don't need a whole bunch. You dig what I'm saying? Like I'm cool. I'm not. I'm one. I used to go out all the time. Did the party and thing. Now I do that now. If I'm doing something, it's more about with my grandbabies. You know what I'm saying? It's more about with my family. How I move now is not like how I used to. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So it's more about if I'd rather go to a park right now and build with my grandbaby about herbs and find and forest, look at the different herbs. And we went, like I want to say a couple weeks ago, we found some what was that? We found dang, what was it? Anyway, we went and we did that, and she just had such uh, uh, a good time just observing this plant. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she looked at it and she was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? She only 7, 8 months. So this type of stuff, really, that's what I'm into. That's my value. That's my wealth. That's what I consider my my money. You understand? My
yeah,
time with my grandbaby, my kids. That's what it is. So sometimes it's our idea of wealth that keeps us far. Idea of love that keeps us not falling in love, but understanding love. You understand?
yeah,
Because key word is love. Understanding. Like you got to have an
yeah,
understanding. So yeah, I see what you're saying. Like that's how you gotta be. You can't be like your wealth ain't everybody else's wealth. What's for you ain't for everybody else, and what's for everybody else ain't for you. As long as you recognize what that is, you know what I'm
true
saying. It's
indeed,
good.
true indeed. My brother, we gotta wrap this up because I gotta go get ready for this movie meeting. But it was
Okay,
so
this sounds good.
I'm
Look, we listen. This is good. Thank you for having me. You got to keep going
yes,
with this.
sir.
Slap the health. Also, life insurance. You know what I'm saying? If you need a quote, just get at me. You know what I'm saying? That's also on Facebook. That's make peace of mind your priority. If there's something that you want to discuss or you want to try to figure out like a plan, like it's not about insurance. Do you have a plan? You understand? For what when you did leave. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Other
yeah,
than that, it's check us out, slapthehealth.com. Get that CMOS, get the black seed oil also. You understand? Get that black seed oil. You know what I'm saying? And whatever it
yeah,
is. And if y'all, we also gonna start doing this real quick. We're gonna start doing parties, but they holistic parties. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna come through and we're gonna build on with the different herbs. You dig what I'm saying? We're gonna maybe make some smoothies or something like that. But then we're
yeah.
gonna
I
really
need
break it
that,
down, like
man.
break it down like to the point where what's going on with the sea moss and why everybody going crazy and stuff like that. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? The sage, you know what I'm saying? All that different things that a lot of the stuff that we the crystals, all these things that we are the outside of our paradigm. We want to help people shift paradigms for the better. You understand what I'm saying? It's
yeah,
all about a sustainable tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? A
yeah.
sustainable tomorrow, and that's what we're dealing with. And I really thank you. I'm sorry. I'm long-winded.
No, you good, man. I appreciate you coming past, man. We're gonna have you come back soon,
Yeah.
within the next few weeks for sure, man. Um, always a pleasure, man. Somebody that I always had good vibes from you ever since the first time I met you. Even though I met you on some crazy stuff, and the first time was all good. Though at the end of the day, we both left that situation in peace. And the next time we caught up with each other, it was even better. It was great. I'm always honored to see you and talk to you, man. You somebody I look up to. You somebody I've called when I was going through just crazy stuff in my mind, and you was able to help me through that, and I appreciate that, man. I just want you to know you're very valuable to not only myself, to the world. You, with my company, everything. We really appreciate you, man, for sure, man.
Same.
Justice Slappy. All right, y'all follow him on Instagram too, right? It's the art of
The
being.
art, yeah, slap the hell art of being. Now my the Gmail to go to is 3D learning x at gmail.com. 3D learning
Yeah,
x, those three, which is spirit, mind, body, basically 3D. Boom, that's it.
Yeah. Tap in with my dog, man. He gonna keep something interesting going on. You gonna learn a lot for sure. Get to know him. Peace. Thank you for coming by.
Peace, power, and prosperity.
Yes.